Before we get into today's episode, there's a BBEG I need to bring up that is a little bigger, badder, and definitely more evil than most will ever cover on this show. It's a secret police made up of the dumbest and most unimpressive people that you've ever met, and is currently being mobilized against American cities for the sake of cruelty and to the benefit of absolutely no one. ICE hasn't limited itself to Minneapolis, but this is a city very close to my heart, so I'd like to encourage you to visit standwithminnesota.com and donate to one of the organizations you see therein. To those living in affected areas, stay safe, stay organized, and always be filming. With that, I hope you enjoyed this episode.
Welcome back
to Summon Greater Podcast.
It's gonna be okay.
I've been playing a lot of Risk of Rain 2. Not a ton, not more than usual, I guess. The point is, there's a new expansion out. There's a new DLC out. It's called Alloyed Collective. It's about drones. If you know anything about Risk of Rain 2, you'll know that drones at the game's inception were kind of a take it or leave it type of thing. They help. They are a plus generally, but they're really stupid, man.
Yeah.
Like, up until this DLC, I took all the drones that I saw because I appreciate the extra damage and healing, but fuck, do they get in the way of my shots a lot.
Oh, is it just like a filling up the screen kind of thing?
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they actually block shots?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Yeah, that's not good.
It's really frustrating, especially like, you know, when you use something particularly strong with a cooldown, right?
Yeah.
That's not good. One of the things this update has done, or this DLC, yeah, the update has done, regardless of whether or not you have the DLC, is greatly improve the drone AI. They do not really fly in front of your shots like that. In fact, just from my experimentation, they seem to avoid my reticle actively.
That's really smart.
It's really nice, dude. Like, they just stay completely out of my look direction. And instead of, like, widely and wildly orbiting you, they follow you closely. Unless there are enemies in range, and then they'll go after them.
Good.
And they're just competent now. And it's awesome.
Yeah, that's incredible, because like having them just flailing around you would be really annoying, not only just for the fact that they're flailing around you,
Yeah.
but for the fact that it's cluttering up the screen.
Mm-hmm. There are a couple of new survivors in this update. One of them is the operator. I've not gotten to play Drifter yet because I am just... You have to do something in... He is smooth to play, too.
Yeah, good. Sorry, continue.
I haven't played Drifter yet because you have to do something in the final boss room to unlock her, and I am admittedly struggling a little bit on this new final boss. They made it a little crazy, but also operator is kind of frail.
Oh.
Tied for the lowest health in the game with Huntress.
Wow.
That said, you get a ton of mobility, though not a whole lot of damage. And that's because operator wants to build an army of drones.
Ooh, I like that.
You use them actively in combat, and you command them to attack at your own discretion. And it's a good time, and it's kind of a random bullshit go type of thing.
Yes, those are like my favorite builds in existence.
It's fun, dude.
You'll go like 10 builds in a row of just like, yeah, that one didn't make it past round 3, and then all of a sudden you're a god.
Yeah. My favorite thing about this survivor is the utility. You command a drone to lift you into the air.
Ooh.
And you get like quite a bit of distance, and you move pretty quick doing this. And if you are skillful enough and in range of another drone, you can hop to another drone and get more airtime.
Oh shit, that's
awesome.
Sick.
Yeah. And there's an achievement I'm trying to get right now. It's hard as hell for beating a particular boss, not the final boss, but this very specific one to this DLC. Staying in the air the whole time. So you just have to jump between your drones like for the entire fight, which is kind of a lot to focus on.
That's wild.
It's tough. But I think if I have a good enough build going, one that buffs my drones considerably, I can rely on them to take out the boss and then just focus on navigating between them.
Okay, yeah.
So I think that's what I got to do, unfortunately. So yeah, drones on your end, but also drones on the planet's end. There have been these robots native to the planet. Nothing's really native to Petrichor 5. They are there when you arrive there. Called the Solus. Solus. Just big orbs, basically, with an eye.
Big eyes.
It's like a robot beholder.
Nice.
And now there are many more variations of the Solus drones. And I think these new enemies are really good additions to the game. One of them that is just annoying me so badly is the Solus Scorcher.
That doesn't sound fun.
It has 2 attacks. One lobs a ball of tar at you, and it kind of just sits on the ground, and then it fires a flamethrower at you. And the flamethrower does a pretty good amount of damage, but if it hits the tar ball explodes. And that does a whole lot of damage.
I had a feeling that was coming.
So I have been trying to synthesize some kind of enemy out of this. I'm not sure exactly what to make this in D&D. You could easily just port the thing over, but like it's a robot. So,
yeah.
You know, unless you... I don't want to go the construct route. I'm kind of thinking the wormling route. The tar wormling is what I had in mind.
Wormling.
And give it both of these attacks.
Yeah, I could see it. I could also see, honestly, though, something akin to a purple worm. Like just straight up worm.
Oh, yeah?
I think that would be kind of cool. I mean, does it fly around?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Then that's less accurate.
Mm-hmm.
But what I was picturing in my mind was worm, dig underground, pop up, shoot tar ball, dig underground, pop up, fireball.
That's interesting. Ooh, that's like the opposite.
Yeah.
I like this.
But I do think as far as like directness, I think a wormling would be great.
Yeah. Of course, with all Risk of Rain DLCs, you get stages and items and music. The music's so good. I love the new composer so much. He's doing an excellent job. There's another enemy that I've made a spell out of.
Ooh.
It's called the Solus Invalidator, and it launches a rather slow-moving and decently easy to avoid exploding energy ball at you.
Okay.
But if it does hit you, all of your items are disabled for about 3 seconds-ish.
Oh, that's
I think it's
so
2.5.
Cool.
I've made a spell called Invalidation. This is a 7th level spell.
Yeah, this is so good.
With a range of 20 feet. Concentration for 1 minute. The target creature makes a wisdom saving throw. On a failure, attunement to all of their items is disabled for up to 1 minute. I've been wanting to mess with item attunement for quite a while, and I feel like this is the appropriate way to do that. And I can't justify making any kind of effect like this be lower than a 7th level spell.
No, that's a good level for it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say my gut told me either 6th or 7th, so.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think a minute is obviously much longer than the source material for this lasts.
Honestly, you could chop it down to 3 rounds. And just say just like an arbitrary number of rounds.
Like and not have it be concentration?
Yeah. Like just hit them with it. Magic items are turned off for 2 or 3 rounds.
That's a long time.
You could give it 2 rounds then, just to be like.
I feel like having this be concentration makes sense though.
I see what you're going for. Yeah, it does, because that way they can hit you hard enough to knock you. Yeah, to knock you out of it.
Mm-hmm. I feel pretty good about this.
Yeah, it's kind of like a concentrated anti-magic.
Yeah, exactly. I also feel good about the items in this DLC, though. They are very risk of range specific and a little hard to adapt. That said, I have done so for a couple of them, including the Eclipse Light. It is kind of like, it's not an energy drink because there's literally an energy drink in the game. But to me, the icon for it looks like body armor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like a strawberry banana body armor.
Hell yeah. That shit's so good.
So out of this, I've made the Eclipse Bracers. A wondrous item that requires attunement. Whenever the wearer casts a spell, they receive temporary hit points equal to the level of the spell they cast.
That's awesome.
Of course, temp HP doesn't stack, so like you can't get, more than.
Well, here's the thing though. Inside of that item, you could add an addendum that like temp HP from this item can stack up to a maximum of, etc.
I thought about that, and I don't know that I want to.
No,
because I think if you give this to a spellcaster and that's what they're doing in combat, casting spells,
yeah,
that's a pretty good deal of damage reduction.
That's true. It is just a turn by turn, a little bit of a meat shield.
Yeah. And like, if you cast a 5th level spell and then like a couple more 1st level before you get hit by something, you're still, that's like 5 points of damage reduction. Before you get temp HP up again. I don't have an issue with how this is right now.
What would be kind of interesting, you could do a few different rarity versions of it. You could have a lower rarity version of it that's just like level of spell, temporary hit points, a middling rarity where they get number of temporary hit points equal to the level of the spell plus their spell casting modifier.
Ooh.
And then you could do like a higher, like the highest, like super rare, where they get twice the spell's level plus their spellcasting modifier in temp HP.
That would be a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of temp HP.
But I mean, if you're thinking about it, you cast a 9th level, on average, you're getting, well, I'd say on the higher end, maybe not the highest, you're getting 23 temporary hit points with a 9th level. Because that's
true.
9th level, doubled. Plus spellcasting modifier. If they've got their spellcasting modifier maxed at 20, that's 5.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm talking like make that a legendary.
Yeah, you're right. It makes sense to be that's fairly balanced at that level, I feel.
Yeah.
Eclipse Light, the Risk of Rain 2 item, gives you a little bit of barrier every time one of your skills comes off cooldown.
Oh, that's cool.
So this is how I chose to adapt that.
Man, that's a really interesting build.
Yeah.
Around that item.
Yeah.
Man.
Quite useful for operator, because the secondary is just, launch a drone and have it do its own special attack. Each type of drone has a different attack that it does. Mm-hmm. As operator's secondary. I don't know why I'm getting these two characters mixed up. They're not remotely similar, apart from the fact that they released in the same DLC. If you have a ton of drones, you are getting that boost fairly frequently because you want to be kind of spamming that secondary.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Kinetic Dampener. It's a green item in Risk of Rain. Basically, you have shield as like an addition to your health. Yeah. Like the most basic shield item, the personal shield generator, gives you plus 25 shield in addition to your health.
Nice.
And it just appears as like a little bit of blue on the end of your health bar. And it gets worn through, and whatever healing you receive doesn't replenish your shield. But if you go 7 seconds without getting hit, then all of your shield regenerates very quickly.
Okay.
That said, I have chosen to go the temp HP route with this again because D&D doesn't have a whole lot of different ways to get extra health, nor should it, frankly.
There's not really a big need for that.
So I'm using that again. When you are hit by an attack that causes you to fall to 0 temporary hit points, I want to think of a better way to word this, but when you run out of temp HP, emit a shockwave with a radius of 15 feet. All creatures in the radius of this shockwave, besides the wearer of this item, must make a Constitution saving throw, DC 17. On a failed save, affected creatures take 3d6 force damage and are stunned until the beginning of their next turn. On a successful roll, the affected creature is not stunned and takes half the damage.
So just when you lose temp HP in general?
When you are brought to the end of your temp HP.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
Because the way this works in Risk of Rain 2 is whenever you run out of shield and are brought down to your regular health, you do this
just like
big
a
explosion.
pulse.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I like that.
Huge fan of the items in this game. Let me pull them up, actually.
You said this before. You said green item. Is that like one of the more common?
Uncommon.
Uncommon.
So
okay.
white, green, red.
Oh, so it's kind of it kind of follows the D&D rarity similarly. We have common, uncommon.
More or less, yeah.
Okay.
But like it's common, uncommon, legendary.
Okay.
Just a big jump.
Gotcha. So it's just the middle rarity. That makes sense.
That's all the items that I adapted here. The other one I was thinking of, hiker's boots, I don't think has place here really. Basically, you do more damage and gain crit chance when you are higher in elevation than your target.
Oh.
Fun item in Risk of Rain. Doesn't really work in D&D so much. You're not doing 3-dimensional combat quite as much or as
It's
dynamically,
not as,
I suppose.
Yeah, it's not as prolific as a platforming game.
Yeah. Not that you couldn't.
But is that going to show up?
We
in every
do
session?
not really use 3D maps.
No, because that's the other thing. Like to really prepare to do a 3-dimensional battle like that, like you have to set up a bunch of shit. Well, now what that would be really cool in is Baldur's Gate.
You're right. It would be excellent at Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, because Baldur's Gate has incredible maps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of verticality in that game. I agree. You could totally do something like that. Another one is the Faraday Spur. When the user moves around, they build up a charge, increasing their movement speed and jump height as the charge increases. When the charge is at 25% or higher and the user jumps, it triggers an explosion. I don't feel like that can work in D&D so well because you're running and stopping for basically everything, just on principle.
I think you could make it work, though.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Maybe if you tie this to use of the dash action.
Potentially, but here's what I was thinking. If you use your entire movement speed on your turn, typically you cannot then jump because you've used all of your movement speed, so you don't have anything else to jump with. If I were going to port that item into D&D, what I would say is if you use all of your movement speed, not like left with 5 feet left, if you use all of your movement speed, you can then make a jump at your regular jump distance, even though you are out of movement.
Interesting.
And when you make that jump, it triggers a shockwave when you take off.
I'm a fan.
I don't think it would come into play all the time.
No.
But I'm imagining this could be a really, really cool, like a pounce build, where like you purposely hold back positionally in combat. You stay a little bit on the outskirts, and you run something. There's I cannot remember the name of it, but there is a fighter subclass that came out in one of the more recent editions that allowed you to essentially wear like heavy armor and use a lance, but you could throw yourself into the air and like come back down. I'm imagining like pairing this item with that, where you like, even if you run circles around somebody to use up your movement, jump, hit that, come back down with the lance.
Yeah.
Like that could be a really cool combo.
Yeah. It's not terribly similar to this, but it's kind of reminding me of that dragon build that you did when we were talking about those. That like, how do you do some crazy acrobatic shit with the dragon?
Oh yeah, the Dragon Rider.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't remember the subclass that I came up with for that one. I'm gonna have to go back and look at
we
it.
can revisit.
Dragon Rider. My love.
Play the new Risk of Rain DLC. It's really freaking good. I am loving the new maps the most. I think they're gorgeous, and there's a lot of them, and they did a really excellent job. Also, this release has been basically perfect. If you are a Risk of Rain player, you would recall that the release of the last DLC was buggy as hell, just kind of a broken mess, and it was really bad for the health of the game. And this release has been without any of those issues.
That's good.
And this is probably the best DLC that they've made, even though I did like
Survivors of the Void a lot. The first one in 2022. This probably beats that up for me.
Wow. You know what this DLC reminded me of, Sam?
What did it remind you of?
Destiny.
Yeah, your favorite.
My favorite game. Up there. I don't know if I can call it my favorite anymore, but it's definitely up there. This DLC, even just the name of it, Alloyed Collective,
Yes.
you said, right? Yeah, Alloyed Collective. Reminds me of a very, very specific enemy type in Destiny. Those of you who have played the game probably already know which ones I'm talking about. I'm referring to my first true loves in that game, the Vex. Time-traveling, soulless machine overlords. God, they're so cool. And yeah, it's like a hive mind collective of creatures made of an alloy. So, Alloyed Collective.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's about in line with it.
So Sam was telling me all about this DLC, and I was sitting there thinking back to my days of Destiny 1 when I first entered the zones that had Vex in them, and watching those little motherfuckers just like teleport and appear out of fucking thin air right in front of your face, and it scared the shit out of me. And there was the coolest enemies in the game. So, of course, I had to bring some of that back. On theme, and just really, really fucking cool. Slightly off, I know I just said on theme, slightly off of that theme, of the Vex specifically, because there aren't very many good Vex-themed exotic items in Destiny, which are my favorite thing to port over into D&D items. So I picked a couple different ones, because they're really cool, and it worked so well into D&D. So I picked a couple exotic helmets. I believe they were both helmets that I picked. Yes. One of them is a Warlock helmet. Not the D&D Warlock, Destiny Warlock. The item that I made in D&D can be worn by anyone. But it is called Verity's Brow. I am just taking the name straight from Destiny because I don't feel like it... I feel like it would be rude to call it something else, honestly. Like, it's so blatantly obvious what I'm ripping off here. Like, I'm full credit to Destiny. None of this is my original creation, aside from just making it work in Destiny. So, why not call it what it is? Verity's Brow is a very, very cool helmet in D&D, or in Destiny. I'll tell you the Destiny functionality after we go through the D&D ones here, because I don't have it pulled up currently. But Verity's Brow is really, really fun to use in D&D. This helmet resembles a mask made of bone with no eye or mouth holes. 3 crest-like protrusions lend it an intimidating profile. When you are attuned to this helmet, you feel slightly closer to death. Ooh, spooky.
Yikes.
It has 2 abilities. First one being the Fourth Magic. When you land a finishing blow while attuned to this helmet, you enter a state between life and death called Death Throes. This state lasts for 1 minute, or until you land another finishing blow, at which point the timer resets. Second ability is Death Throes. While in this state, your attacks and damage spells deal an additional 2d6 necrotic damage. You and any creature of your choice within 15 feet of you gain temporary hit points equal to the necrotic damage dealt this way. These temporary hit points disappear when your Death Throes state runs out. This is a legendary item. Do not fear.
A lot of temp HP going on between our items here.
I know. You were talking about it, and I was like, oh, look at that. Verity's Brow functions extremely similarly in Destiny. You land a kill, it triggers Fourth Magic, you get a stack of Death Throes. Get another kill, it resets the timer on your Death Throes. And then when you get kills while in Death Throes, you either regain a small amount of hit points or it, like, starts your regeneration faster. Either way, really fucking cool. The other one that I did is called Mask of the Quiet One. This helmet consists of a steel cap that completely covers the face, 2 short pointed horns that curve upward from the sides, and a chain veil that drapes over the front of the helmet. This helmet grants its wearer the ability to not only straddle the gap between life and death, but to leap from side to side mid-battle as it benefits them. While you are attuned to this helmet, you gain blind sight to a range of 30 feet. Additionally, when you take damage, you gain 1 charge of Devour. While you have Devour charges, and you hit an enemy with an attack roll, you may use your reaction to deal additional damage to them and regain hit points, both equal to the number of Devour charges that you use. At the end of your turn, equal to the number of Devour charges that you possess. At the end of your turn, you must make a Wisdom saving throw, or you lose hit dice equal to the number of Devour charges you possess. The DC for the saving throw is equal to 10 plus your number of Devour charges. If you run out of hit dice to spend on the Devour saving throw, you fall unconscious.
Okay.
It's wordy, it's complicated, but it's very interesting.
It's a bit of a gamble, if I'm understanding it correctly. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of risk and reward. Mm-hmm. And that's essentially... It's slightly different from the way the actual Devour mechanic works in Destiny, obviously. I don't remember the exact wording of it, and I'm not going to bother too much with looking it up right now. Those were the exotics that I ported over from Destiny. And I've done some before. I've done weapons before. Because we talked about the Ace of Spades in one of the other episodes for sure. I know we talked about that. Items aside, my Vex-themed thing that I brought to this episode is a subclass. This is the Oath of the Black Garden Paladin. Black Garden is where the Vex are from in Destiny. Or not from, but it's like their headquarters. And at the center of the Black Garden lies the Black Heart. Heart of the Black Garden. So this is very heavily themed around the Vex, obviously. At level 3... you gain additional spells. A lot of the theming from this comes from the additional spells that you get. 3rd class level additional spells, so these will be 1st level spells. You gain Comprehend Languages and Alarm. This obviously being robots, smart, hive mind intelligence. Mm-hmm. At level 5, you gain the additional 2nd level spells, Fortune's Favor and Invisibility. Fortune's Favor gives you, like, you can reroll an attack or a skill check or something like that during your concentration on it. Very reminiscent of, the Vex being able to time travel, and their lore being that anytime they lose a battle, they retreat back in time and they reassess it, and then they come back and do it again.
Oh, man.
Which is why, canonically, the Vex are... like everywhere, and they just continue to show up.
Wow.
Like the other factions, like obviously it's a video game, they're going to continue to show back up. You're not going to run out of enemies.
Of course.
But the other factions don't have anywhere near as cool of a reason for them to just be like unending. Mm-hmm. Like the Vex is so fucking cool because it's like, oh, we lost. Go back, run it again. Go back, run it again. At level 9, you get 3rd level spells, Blink and Major Image. Blink because of the way that they fucking shunt themselves around the battlefield with like limited teleportation. They're annoying little motherfuckers. Major Image because some of them can fucking split off into 2, and it's really annoying. At level 13, you get 4th level spells, Freedom of Movement, and Odaluk's Resilient Sphere. Freedom of Movement is just, they are unrelenting. They are not hindered by difficult terrain. They stalk on towards you. Odaluk's Resilient Sphere is an interesting one because it follows the theming of one particular type of Vex called the Hobgoblin, which is a long-range unit that snipes you and hides. And if you shoot it, and it doesn't immediately one-shot it, the thing like hunkers down and becomes invincible for like 2 seconds. and then it pops back up.
That's so annoying.
So many a time have entire clips of very valuable ammunition been wasted on a hobgoblin. At level 17, you get the 5th level additional spells, Far Step and Temporal Shunt.
Love them.
Yeah. Yep. Temporal Shunt is really cool. That one is a third party. You know that one?
Do you remember when I used it?
No. Fuck, when was that? Had to have been Dual Rift.
Yes. Which one of them was it?
Oh, it was the Tanit Mammon fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was when Mammon jumped up and she was going to kill Tanit.
It was Mammon, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, and I assumed Tanit.
I forgot about that shit.
That's
good shit.
I love making the DM make that face.
It's so funny. But yeah, Temporal Shunt, for those of you who don't know, is essentially nope, go back for players. As you can just hit an enemy, and if they fail their save, they're like teleported back to the beginning of their turn, and they don't remember that you did that to them. Also at level 3, in addition to the additional spell list, you gain a different usage of your Channel Divinity, which all paladins get. In this one, you get Wyvern Strike. Those of you who have ever faced off against a Vex Wyvern, you know that those annoying-ass motherfuckers have a big fucking shield in front of them, and they jump into the air, and they launch themselves at you and explode.
That's ridiculous.
Yes. So you get Wyvern Strike. As an action, you may expend one use of your Channel Divinity to rise into the air and launch yourself at an enemy within 30 feet. Make a melee weapon attack against the target. On a hit, you deal additional force damage equal to X d6, where X is your charisma modifier. Creatures within 10 feet of the point of impact take half of this force damage rounded up. Even if you miss the attack, your target still takes half damage as well. At level 7, paladins get their custom aura. This one
is what I wanted to know.
Yeah. This one, it's a little niche, but it's very fun. You get the Aura of Anchoring. You and your allies cannot be aged magically while in the radius of your Aura of Anchoring. Additionally, you and your allies gain advantage on saving throws to resist being teleported or banished from your current plane of existence.
Okay. Interesting touch putting the aging thing in there.
Yeah. I mean, they're Time Lords.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. So, very niche. Not going to pop up all the time. But, if someone's trying to cast Banishment on you, whoop, you got advantage. Level 15, you get the ability Predicted Smite. When you use a Smite spell, if you are adjacent to your target, you may teleport to a different adjacent space to the same target immediately before making your attack roll. If you do so, you then have an additional bonus to your attack roll equal to your charisma modifier. You may use this ability a number of times per day equal to your charisma modifier as well. This one, again, annoying teleporty motherfuckers. They bounce around the battlefield and they hit you and you miss your fucking attack because you thought you were pointing at them and then they were behind you. At level 20, this one came to me today at work in the middle of my shift, so I don't have exact details of this yet, but I have Blackheart's Chosen. You activate this for a minute, like any other level 20 paladin thing that you get. If you are not already, you grow to huge size, gaining a +4 bonus to melee attacks and damage. Additionally, you get an overshield, which would grant it would essentially be temporary hit points that you would get. I would say probably equal to, 10 times your charisma modifier.
You said this is temp HP?
Yeah. While you have those temporary hit points, at the beginning of your turn, you can choose a damage type not including bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing, and you gain resistance to that until the beginning of your next turn, which you can choose another type to gain resistance.
Damn, every turn.
Yeah. Yep. You also gain a ranged attack which would essentially use your spellcasting modifier. It would be a ranged spell attack is what I would theme that as. The damage type of the attack would match the damage type that your shield gives you resistance to. Okay. This is very heavily themed around a couple Vex enemies in particular. The Vex Hydra, which is a big, like, centipede-looking thing that, like, floats in the air, and it has shields that rotate around it. And you have to time your shots to both dodge the invincible shields and also hit its one vulnerable point, which is the eyeball in the middle. So obviously, having a rotating shield around yourself in D&D, like, there's no mechanic for that. Yeah. So I figured temp HP and resistance to a damage, which would be good. Because that also is reminiscent of the Vex Minotaur, which is a larger enemy that has a void overshield. Void being one of the damage types in the game. Which means that it has resistance to arc and solar, but it's vulnerable to void. So if you hit it with a void weapon, that overshield will chunk down very fast. Okay. But if you're hitting it with just a kinetic or arc or solar damage, it essentially has like double hit points. And it's big, and it has a gun that it fires, and when it hits, it blasts. And it has like an explosive blast.
Jeez.
So, yeah. Black Arts Chosen, level 20. You just kind of like combine all of that into one big thing. So, Oath of the Black Garden Paladin.
What made you want to go the Paladin route?
Because I thought I did too many warlocks.
Okay.
I was like, I could do Blackheart Patron War. I do warlocks every time.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But no, I think it works really well.
I do think it works really well. Yeah. It's got a lot of different stuff going on.
I know. And I've always been fascinated by the concept of a paladin with good movement options.
Yeah.
And like versatility in being able to cover the battlefield.
Mm-hmm. I've been today and yesterday, I really wanted to have a subclass ready for today. I could not settle on a class to put it under.
Yeah.
I was really thinking druid for a while. Mostly, have to admit, I really liked the way that Circle of the Collective sounded.
Ooh, yeah. That sounds really sick.
But I felt like the direction I was going necessitated the use of more than one familiar at a time. And I'm not comfortable with that.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You think it would just get too clunky?
I think it would get really fucking clunky.
Yeah.
And like, regardless of how interesting a dynamic it is, combat's just going to take too fucking long.
That's the thing. If you're going to do the whole like multiple familiars thing, you almost have to change it to where you get bonuses based on the number of familiars you have, and each familiar provides a single bonus and has a single type of attack. And then they don't necessarily get their own initiative tracking order. They go with you. And then you can like command one or two, or like as you level up, you can command more of them on one turn.
That was my thought, was to have it be more familiars as you level up. Yeah. Maximum of 3 around like level 15 or something. Because I wanted to synthesize operator just a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But I think I might just, I don't know, immerse myself more in the lore of the Alloyed Collective itself, and try to figure out something with that. And, you know, maybe I end up with the Warlock that you didn't make.
That could be.
That's a possibility.
You know what else we could do? We are not too far away from the extremely delayed release of the new 2024 Artificer.
Yeah. Which is not Artificer anymore, is it?
Is it? I thought it still was.
I thought they were like splitting it.
No, you're thinking of Valda's Spire of Secrets, where they had the Alchemist class and...
Oh, man. Yeah.
Which... It's just better, Wizards. I'm sorry.
No, it makes way more sense. I don't get making Alchemist a subclass of Artificer.
Not at all.
To be frank.
Honestly, I think Alchemist would have made a better, like, Wizard subclass.
Wizard?
Yeah, because you use your intelligence to craft, and, like,
It's different, though.
I guess that's true.
Because it's like a science.
It would take away... See, that's why I was thinking intelligence-based. But with Wizard being a
definitely
spellcasting...
intelligence-based.
With Wizards being spellcasting, there's no reason to have alchemy on a Wizard because you're just casting spells anyway. So, yeah, I retract that. No, and that's why I think... genuinely, I can't think of a single existing D&D class to put Alchemist as a subclass of. Mm-hmm. I think Valda's nailed it by saying it's its own fucking thing.
Yeah.
I need that book, man.
You know what? There is a decent chance that I end up with more than one subclass, actually.
I think you should.
Maybe like a cleric and a paladin.
Okay.
That's feeling appropriate in my mind, just from the way the collective works and like the acolytes that it has in the lore of Risk of Rain. Okay, yeah, there's something there.
You know what game I wish had more lore and more... Gatekeeper.
Oh, man. Okay, Gatekeeper is heavily inspired by Risk of Rain. No one can pretend that it's not. It is fun. It is a lot of fun. It's top-down perspective, which I think works well for this type of game. No, Gatekeeper's really good. It's got a lot of... No, I can't even say it's that interesting among like its contemporaries. It's just got really good fundamentals to it. Yeah,
like as you would put it, the gameplay loop is just really fucking good.
Yes, I would say that. But like it's not doing anything crazy special.
No.
It just feels good. The pacing is good.
And like I like the characters that are in there. That's what I was thinking of, is like I could absolutely see making a D&D build around some of the characters that are in there. I think where it struggles is that at least half of them are not all that different from each other in like lore, and I don't know how to explain it, but like there are only a few that have crazy out of the box abilities. The rest of them are like, I have gun, I have sword, I have hammer.
They're trying to do the sparse lore strategy that Risk of Rain does. But it's just not gripping me in the same way.
No, and I think part of that is because the stages are a lot more compact. Risk of Rain, you can bounce around and you can go run around and do whatever on a map for like ever if you want to.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things to discover. There's a lot of things that are hidden. There's caves. There's like little weird tunnels and things like that. And in the top-down perspective, you just don't have as much freedom with that. And they don't have... Like, there are some maps that are rather large, but you can still cross them in a matter of minutes.
Maybe this is just a weakness of the perspective.
I think so.
I think you just can't have a very interesting map.
No, you really can't.
Unfortunately. I say that. I don't know that that's true, though. Because I've played 2D Zelda games, and they have the top-down perspective, and they give you verticality, or at least simulated verticality, in a way that makes sense. There just isn't much to these maps, I think is what I'm getting at. They feel like...
They just feel like avenues down which to travel.
Yeah, and sometimes there's an eye looking at you or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's boring. It's boring, and that's why I dropped it. I hate to say it.
No, that's fair. Honestly, what I started getting into is the arena mode.
The arena mode was fun.
Yeah, the only thing I cared about was builds. And so, like, getting in the arena, oh my god, I had one build that I was playing. The crazy thing about arena, too, is it's mostly random. I was doing a run on arena where I was just using the most basic character.
Yeah.
The guy with the guns. I don't even remember the names of them.
Oh,
Very
I
first one.
wanted to say Commando. It's not Commando. That's hilarious. I know the one, though.
Yeah, the very first one,
Yeah.
where it's like the
Hybrid.
first hybrid. Thank you. The first ability is just chew.
Yep.
You shoot gun, and then you have like an explosive that you fire. Very first random item that I picked up was the heart one, where when you land a skill hit, you regain a hit point,
Oh, yeah.
which is so broken on hybrid.
Oh, yeah.
Because all you do is just max out attack speed, and then you're regaining hit points every single time you hit someone with your essentially slow semi-automatic or slow fully automatic gun.
Yeah. Well, then you start, stacking some prog items and you're doing.
And that's exactly what I
ridiculous
did.
shit.
I got chance to stun. I got auto crit on stun.
Yeah.
I got crit kills make an explosion. And then I just started doubling up on those items. Again, completely random. And so I was in the arena. I chunked 3 sirens, like the big enemies. I chunked 3 of them down in a total of 30 seconds.
Damn.
I was just like, all right.
Hybrid is the best character in the game, man. I really, truly think that.
Hybrid is good. It's debatable now.
It makes the best use of items.
It makes good use of a lot of items. I think based on builds, though, there are other characters that also make good use of items. I think it is one of the top 3,
Yeah.
absolutely, in the game. But Bastion with the argument and bad mood.
Oh, man.
Argument
Yeah.
is a area of effect slow tick damage around your character, and bad mood is an area of effect increased damage rate around your character. Bastion is a character that uses a big fucking hammer. Bastion also
He's slow as fuck and I don't like it.
slow as fuck, but if you can survive long enough to upgrade some of his abilities, his attack speed increases by 50%,
Yeah.
which is nuts.
It's nothing to sneeze at if you can get that.
Yeah. And then also, like, getting tier 2 upgrades on all of his abilities is what makes Bastion broken.
Yeah.
Because then you
You need
automatically...
to reliably be able to stun.
You get that.
I know. I'm saying that's what you need in order to get the ball rolling.
Oh, yeah. Because you can... Every time you use your secondary ability, you automatically stun every enemy that it hits. And then you get later on where you get, like, double damage to stunned enemies. And if you pick up the item that damage against stunned enemies is an automatic crit, it's so good. But I have taken us down a very deep rabbit hole.
Well, I mean, dude, roguelikes are fun.
Yeah.
I'm also sick of them.
Yeah?
I truly am. And I keep coming back to Risk of Rain because it just I can rely on it to do it right.
Yeah.
And also because the modding scene is really good.
That's what I was going to say. Like, if there were good maps and good mods for Gatekeeper, I'd be on that shit every day.
Yeah. And maybe I need to play a Hades too. That's on me.
Yes. I haven't played it either.
Shockingly, I've heard mixed reviews. I trust that it's probably quite good.
Yeah.
But what I'm hearing a lot of is resource management too hard. And to that I say tentatively, get good. Learn to take a little bit of responsibility and manage your resources. Build a budget for yourself, man. Mm-hmm. It's the resource management and the fact that there's a lot more ranged combat going on.
Because I was going to say, the only thing that I could say that would, like, make me kind of jump on that, like, resource management bad thing if there are too many resources to manage.
Right. Yeah.
That would be the only thing that would make me say, okay, calm down.
It's the mana bar though.
Oh, that's not hard.
No.
Has anyone here ever played Skyrim? I haven't, but...
You've watched an inordinate amount of Skyrim.
I've watched a lot of Skyrim.
Like, you could pick it up and get the gist at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's to the point where I have talked extensively about how I honestly wish that we had a mana bar instead of spell slots in D&D.
So my obvious response to this is we have the option.
Yeah.
Because that exists. Mm-hmm. But do you feel like the game would be in a better place if that were like the default way to play?
I feel like the game would have incredibly more options and better options for versatility in builds if you were using a mana bar instead of spell slots. Because if you have a mana bar, now more things can draw mana than just spells. You can have items that use mana. You can have abilities that use mana. You can make use of the spell energy in more ways than just this list of effects that you choose from and send one off into the world. You can give a mana bar to a barbarian. They don't have to be able to use it to cast any spells. You can tell them you don't have the spell casting ability. You have a mana bar.
What would they do with it?
Imagine tapping into your mana as part of your rage and gaining pseudo-magical effects in your rage.
Is it just like a universal resource?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay.
I think it would be...
Monk with key, how do?
Mana. Instead of key. No key, just mana.
No key, just mana.
Yeah.
What if magic also?
Well, then you got to manage resource.
Just keep it all the same?
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Because I would say then... Because here's the thing. I am all for min-maxing. If you have the ability to use key points as well as cast spells, what you are doing on your turn is either a key point thing or a spell thing. Sometimes you'll be able to mix and match, but it's in very specific situations.
Yeah.
Unless you are doing a fucking siege and combat that lasts for several sessions, there's no way you're going to go through all of your key points and all of your spell slots.
Yeah.
And also, it's two separate things to track. I think if we had a universal, here's how you calculate your hit points, here's how you calculate your mana. And then you go, you're a monk. Here's how you use your mana. You're going to multi-class into Warlock? Okay, you have another use for mana. So then you can go, all right, 5 mana for Flurry of Blows, 10 mana for Mage Armor, or something like that.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Maybe it's worth trying something like that. I say, as we will never get around to it.
Yeah.
It's one of the many hypothetical one-shots we need to do.
Oh my God, tell me about it. And also, there's not really a system in place for converting non-spell slots into mana. Like key points. There's not really a system in place to convert that into mana.
I have to once again reckon with something here, and that's that we're gnawing at the bars of our enclosure. And that enclosure, unfortunately, is Dungeons and Dragons.
It is. It truly is.
We're stuck.
Yeah.
We're stuck. We could dream bigger. We could be bigger. We could eat more, get healthier.
Yeah.
And break out of cell.
We could convert to clean energy.
We could revolutionize nuclear.
We could save the rainforest.
We could repair the ozone layer.
Hell yeah. We can refreeze Antarctica. I need to just start asking, like, instead of for presents on my birthdays and holidays and things, I need to start asking people to buy me another system, like DM's Guide and Player's Handbook. And just have that be like the theming, just like for gifts moving forward, is just like, all right, from you, or like for this birthday, I would like the Lancer guide, I would like the Edge of the Empire guides, and just start trying different systems.
Yeah. This is sad, man, and a little doomer.
It is.
But I don't know. That's the natural conclusion of what we do.
Yeah, and that's the thing. D&D is not bad.
It's not bad, but it's not enough.
Exactly.
I'm insatiable.
We want more.
As evidenced by the creation of this podcast and, what it is here to do.
Uh-huh.
I want more than it can offer us. Mm-hmm. Suggestions are appreciated.
Yeah. Tell us about
D&D.
non-D&D tabletop RPGs.
Well, tell us what homebrew is like in other RPGs, because I'm not familiar.
I want to know. Please tell me.
Thank you for watching our sad little podcast.
Thank you for wallowing in misery with us.
Send us your sad little songs to put in my sad little soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Summon Greater soundtrack. It's in the description if you want to take a listen. The songs in there aren't sad. They're quite cool, and they're things that you should be using in your sessions.
Mm-hmm. They're incredible, and this podcast is great, and I will hear no slander on it.
Well, I didn't say anything about that.
I did. I don't know, man.
What?
I don't know, man. Don't look at me.
Thanks for watching and or listening. Please send us your homebrew at summongreaterpod@gmail.com or summongreaterpod on Bluesky.
Thanks for coming, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, do all those fun things, and we'll see you in the next one.
And goodbye.
Bye-bye.